Confessions of Saint Augustine, Book 9, Chapter 4. Now was the day come wherein I was indeed to be freed of my rhetoric professorship, whereof in thought I was already freed. And it was done. You did rescue my tongue, whence you had before rescued my heart. And I blessed you, rejoicing, retiring with all mine to the villa. What I there did in writing, which was now enlisted in your service, thou still, in this breathing time as it were, panting from the school of pride, my books may witness, as well what I debated with others, as what with myself alone before you. What with Nebridius, who was absent, my epistles bear witness. And when shall I have time to rehearse all your great benefits towards us at that time, especially when hastening on to yet greater mercies? For my remembrance recalls me, and pleasant is it to me, O Lord, to confess to you by what inward goads you tamed me, and how you have evened me, lowering the mountains and hills of my high imaginations, straightening my crookedness and smoothing my rough ways, and how you also subdued the brother of my heart, Alypius, and to the name of your only begotten, our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ, which he would not at first vouchsafe to have inserted in our writings. For rather would he have them savour of the lofty cedars of the schools, which the Lord has now broken down, than of the wholesome herbs of the Church, the antidote against serpents. Oh, in what accents spoke I unto thee, my God, when I read the Psalms of David, those faithful songs and sounds of devotion, which allow of no swelling spirit as yet a catechumen and a novice in your real love, resting in that villa with Alypius a catechumen, my mother cleaving to us in female garb, with masculine faith, with the tranquility of age, motherly love, Christian piety. Oh, what accents did I utter unto you in those psalms, and how was I by them kindled toward you, and on fire to rehearse them, if possible, through the whole world, against the pride of mankind. And yet they are sung through the whole world, nor can any hide himself from your heat. With what vehement and bitter sorrow was I angered at the Manichees. And again I pitied them, for they knew not those sacraments, those medicines, and were mad against the antidote which might have recovered them of their madness. How I would they had then been somewhere near me, and without my knowing that they were there, could have beheld my countenance and heard my words, when I read the fourth psalm in that time of my rest, and how that psalm wrought upon me. When I called, the God of my righteousness heard me. In tribulation you enlarged me. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, and hear my prayer. Would that what I uttered on these words they could hear, without my knowing whether they heard, lest they should think I spoke it for their sakes. Because in truth neither should I speak the same things, nor in the same way, if I perceived that they heard and saw me, nor if I spoke them would they so receive them, as when I spoke by and for myself before you, out of the natural feelings of my soul. I trembled for fear and again kindled with hope, and with rejoicing in your mercy, O Father, and all issued forth both by mine eyes and voice, when your good Spirit turning unto us said, O you sons of men, how long, slow of heart? Why do you love vanity and seek after leasing? For I had loved vanity and sought after leasing. And your Lord had already magnified this Holy One, raising him from the dead and setting him at your right hand, whence from on high he should send his promise, the Comforter, the Spirit of truth. And he had already sent him, but I knew it not. He had sent him because he was now magnified, rising again from the dead and ascending into heaven. For till then the Spirit was not yet given, because Jesus was not yet glorified. And the prophet cries out, how long, slow of heart? Why do you love vanity and seek after leasing? Know this, that the Lord has magnified his Holy One. He cries out, how long? He cries out, know this. And I, so long, not knowing, loved vanity and sought after leasing. And therefore I heard and trembled, because it was spoken unto such as I remembered myself to have been. For in those phantoms which I had held for truth was there vanity and leasing, and I spoke aloud many things earnestly and forcibly in the bitterness of my remembrance. Which would they had heard, who yet love vanity and seek after leasing, they would perchance have been troubled and have vomited it up, and you would hear them when they cried unto you, for by a true death in the flesh did he die for us, who now intercedes unto you for us.